Ladies and gentlemen, today we are back with a recap video. It's been a while since our last recap video. For those of you that don't know, a little quick rundown. We compete in RLCS every year. RLCS 2025 started this last week, or the weekend before were the qualifiers. If you don't know what RLCS is, myself alongside Magic Bear and Cheese compete for Gen G Mobile 1 Racing. 3v3 tournament. It's, the premier league of the game. And we had the chance to play in our first regional of the year. If you don't know, the format works. There are 3 regionals each split. There are 2 splits in a season. You rack up points based on your placements for the first couple regionals to make the majors. And, you keep accumulating points from the majors and the regionals for worlds at the end of the year. So you only get 6 regionals a year. Nowadays, it used to be 9. Now it's 6. So these are pretty big deals. And we had our first one of the year this past weekend. It didn't go great. It didn't go horrible. We'll talk about it a little more once I get done with the little recap of it. But we started with the qualifiers. We were the 5 seed, I think. Yeah, we were the 5 seed going into the tournament based off of RLCS points from last year. And we started our qualifier. Qualifiers were a Swiss stage. It was a double elim bracket from, I think it was a couple, I want to say like 1,000 teams in the open signups, all the way to top 32. For that Sunday. And then that Sunday with the top 32, we played a Swiss, which is basically win 3 series before you lose 3 series. You only play people with the same record as you. So if we win our first series, we're going to play our second series against another team that's 1-0. You get the point. So series number 1, we start off with repeat T-Corel Skippy. I mean, honestly, out of the qualifier of day 3, I think this was probably our hardest team. They played pretty aggressively. Usually when you play a team lower level than you, they kind of just sit there and let you do whatever they want. And they did not do that. They came out with a game plan and they acted on it. And it was really strong. And I actually respect it because you don't really see that a lot with teams. A lot of teams get against a pro team and just play default Rocket League and play super scared. They didn't. They came out and punched, and they took a game off of us. They won game number 1. Game 2 was pretty close. They played a good series. But we get away 3-1. It like I said, games 1 and 2 were pretty close. After that, wasn't really much of a battle. That was a nice shot by Zanil. By the way, this is our series versus Omelette. It was the lower semi to make top 8, and this is game 5. So we beat Repeats team 3-1. We then get matched up with Deleted, who I think we ranked them before the season starts. All the teams rank the teams, and Gibbs, one of the casters, does like a power rankings for the mainstream for the pre-show. I want to say we put this team at 9 or 10 in our preseason rankings. They're pretty good. We do have a good matchup against them. I will say, we are disproportionately good against them compared to the field. I think they struggle with us. NRG, Complexity, and Ultimate's pretty hard. I think they have a pretty good matchup against everyone else, maybe SSG as well. But we played them pretty clean 3-0. Honestly, we played really good the Sunday leading up into the regional. 3-0 them, and then round 3 to go 3-0 to make it through to the regional. I'm itchy today. To make it through to the regional, we played Strictly Business. If you don't know what Strictly Business is, it is 3 EU players coming over for CRL, which is like the collegiate Rocket League. It is the basically just, the NCAA of Rocket League. They're good players. We, like I said, talking about the power rankings from earlier, I want to say we had this team at 7. We had them inside our top 8 for sure. I mean, they're good players. Again, like Deleted, though, I want to say this is a team that we have a pretty good matchup against. I would say, out of the top 10, these are probably the 2 most teams that we're most confident against, and we sweep them as well. So we go 9-1. Through the qualifier, which puts us at the number 1 seed for the regional. We're feeling really good. Basically, so we finished that on Sunday. We now play the next Friday. So we got about 4 or 5 days for prep. And unfortunately, going in as the 1 seed, we now play the 15 seed, which happened to be NRG because they had a pretty rough run of the closed qualifiers. They ended up going round 5 in Swiss. It was not a good weekend by them, but, happens to all of us. I'm not going to blame the tournament on that because it's obviously not it's I don't like blaming it. We played a series and we had a fair chance, just like everyone else did. We had a best of 5. Were we playing one of the best teams in it? Yeah, of course. But it's not like, that's a team that we feel like we can beat. It's a team that we feel like if we want to be the best in NA or, you know, compete internationally, it's a team that we need to get better against. So I don't think our team was that upset about it. I think after the initial frustration, like, wow, we have to play NRG first round, it was fine. I think it didn't really change our prep or anything. I think we came into it pretty confident, to be honest. Also, I want to say before we get into the regional, so we qualified that Sunday. The next Tuesday morning, we all flew to Michigan, actually. Shout out JamesBot. We bootcamped at a setup. We played in his facility. He let us stay at his apartments. Shout out him and Gen G for hooking that up. This player's almost gross by me and MB. Shout out Gen G and JamesBot for hooking that up. Shout out Arnold Alu. We really wanted to boot camp for this first regional. We thought it was like, you know, our best chance of doing really well. So I was happy we got to do that. I'm not sure if we're doing it for the next couple regionals. We might. We may not. I don't think we've 100% decided, and I don't think Gen G is 100% decided, but it was really good for this first regional. So we get to Michigan on Tuesday morning. We practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday the regional comes around. We play NRG first round. This game's over. Let me switch to the next game. This is against NRG in our second series for seeding. Not the first time we played. So we play first round NRG. We take game one, and then we lose the next three. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty ugly from us. It was not a smooth series at all. I don't want to say NRG did anything crazy because they didn't. I mean, they just played at NRG's, you know, base level, I think, and they just outplayed us. It wasn't really, they didn't play anything super crazy. We kind of just came out a little flat, which as we do sometimes. But thankfully, the thing with getting the #1 seed is, you know, or not thankfully, sorry. Unfortunately, the thing about getting the #1 seed is that if you do lose that first round to, you know, that 15 or 16 seed or whatever it is, we then had to play the 8 seed, which was strictly business. I do feel a little, you know, it's a little unfortunate for them because our quartet was us NRG, and then under that was strictly business SSG. So winner of those quartets played each other, and then loser as well. So we do play strictly business again, Crispy, Ixo, CMOS. I do feel for them because they played SSG into us for dead last. I mean, that's just, it's a little unfortunate, but it's just, you know, brackets will bracket. You know, sometimes you'll be on the good side of it. Sometimes you'll be on, you know, a neutral side. Sometimes you're just going to get, unlucky, and they got pretty unlucky. So we sweep them again. We felt pretty confident in it. And now we play Omelet for top 8. This is a series we played a ton last year where sometimes we struggled. Sometimes we lost to them for top 8. It was a close series. It did go game 5. I will say, and I don't mean this in like, if the Omelet guys are watching this, like, they did play well. It didn't feel that close. And I know if it goes game 5, it's close. Of course it's close. They're a pro team. It's never going to be like easy. But the games we won, I think, were like 5-0, 3-0, 5-1, or 6-1 or something like that. We played really well the games we won, and the games we lost where we conceded a couple kickoff goals, and then we all made like one pretty boneheaded mistake. But the series felt pretty under control. I actually liked the way we played. I thought I was pretty comfortable with it, to be honest. But we beat Omelet game 5. We are now top 8. We then play NRG in a seeding match. There's a lot of seeding matches this year. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't love them, to be honest. It feels weird when you're not playing for placement. You're only playing for who you're going to play next. I don't know. We've never played them before. I don't really like them, but yeah, no. I don't pick the format. I just play what's in front of me. So we play NRG again. This is from that series. This is game #1. We again, just like we did in the beginning of the tournament, we win game 1, and then we lost the next 3. I think we played a little better this one. I will say it felt just so strange. I don't want to say obviously we were trying. I'm not saying we weren't trying. It just, from both teams, it felt very loose. It felt like a scrim almost. It like, there wasn't a ton of pressure. I don't know. It was just a weird set of games. I think we won it. I think we lost one of the games like 6-7. I don't know. It was strange. But we lose 3-1. We are already in the top 8. We just now play the winner of the other side lower bracket, which happened to be 9 Lives. If you don't know who 9 Lives are, that is it's SSG from last year minus LJ plus Kofer. If you don't know who Kofer is, young kid, really good mechanics, really annoying. He's one of my boys. He's funny, but he is young and annoying. So we played them in the top 8 match. Winner goes to top 6. Loser gets eliminated. It's the first game of the playoffs. It is now best of 7. This is a team that we actually have struggled a little bit with in scrims. And when I say a little bit, I mean like outside of NRG, I think 9 Lives is the team we've scrimmed the worst against this entire season. I think our matchup in scrims, again, we haven't played these guys in tournament. You never know what will happen in tournament. But in scrims, you know, we were more confident against the Ultimates and Complexity and SSG and really, you know, anyone but NRG. We really struggled with this 9 lives matchup so far this offseason. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy. I think we came in with a really good game plan. And, you know, if you didn't watch the series, we went up 3-1. And then we lost the next 3. Lose 3-4. Losing Champs Field. I missed an open net. It was what it was. Obviously, it's one of those series that I wish I could get back. Not because I thought I played that bad, just because for season implications, it sucks, you know. I'll talk about that a little later. And, of course, I missed an open net. So I would have liked to get that back and maybe force that Game 7 into overtime. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But definitely could have played better. A little upset about it. But for season implications, so we get knocked out 7th, 8th. 9 lives then go on to play Deleted, who, again, pretty confident against, but they win that. They go on to top 4 and lose to Complexity? No, SSG. Lost to SSG in the semi. Season's not shocked. Split's not shocked. Top 8 is not the end of the world. No one on our team is happy with it. No one on our team is, you know, losing sleep over it, though, at the same time. It sucks. It could be worse. It could be much better. It should be much better. You know, our level should be much better. We got dealt a tough hand, and we didn't play well. You know, again, not blaming it on the bracket, but it certainly didn't help. And I think, even though I think our practice was good leading up to it, and we were all confident, it does suck just knowing that you had to play NRG first round. You know, I think sometimes, hey, I've gotten lucky a million times in my career with brackets, and I've gotten unlucky a million times. It just happens. I'm hoping, or not hoping, this time for the regional, just going to try and kill it in the qual again and, you know, get a high seed, avoid the good teams. That's the goal. Avoid the good teams, you know, beat the teams we're supposed to beat, go 2-0, get that top 6 guaranteed, get into uppers, play that best 7, and then, you know, start punching where I think, you know, we should be punching. I'm still confident. I don't think anyone in NA has looked that crazy. Or in Regional 1. I will say shout out to the SSG boys. They're young and they are obnoxious, but it would be horrible for NA if we didn't have players like that. If we didn't have young players that grinded the game really hard and, you know, came up pretty egotistical, which we all did when we were young, came up pretty egotistical and just start punching people in the mouth, it would be horrible for NA. It would be the death of NA. So it is good to see after a couple years a team kind of come up and, you know, I won't say they're playing like revolutionary Rocket League, but they're playing very fast, very mechanical, very aggressive, and they're not, you know, there's now parity at the top where, you know, this was a team that you could have said they were going to finish anywhere between 3rd through 9th in NA, and I probably would have believed you because it's really hard to rank these guys. It's really hard to rank these guys, and I'm happy that they came out and punched. Obviously, it sucks for me competitively, right? Like now, there's another team at the top for us to compete with, but it's good for the region, and you know it'll make us better. So, shout out to the SSG boys. They got a top 2 if you didn't watch, and they put themselves in a really good spot for the major. This season is all about, with the way they set up the points this year. Last year, it was all about consistency. This year is all about placing high. You know, it's all about making a deep run. If you make a top 2, you're basically guaranteed major, as long as the sky doesn't fall down. So we have 2 more regionals. We make a top 2, we're basically guaranteed major. You know, that's what the sights are set on. No one's sad about, you know, or no one's given up on the season yet. No one is, you know. I think we're still in a pretty good spot. I think we're all pretty confident in it. The way we're playing, I think we're trending in the right way. Obviously, you go up 3-1 in a best 7, you lose it. It is what it is. Like, it's not like you went out and got completely, you know, dominated. You just choked, and we just choked. That's all it was. It wasn't, you know, our game plan was good. I think we were playing pretty good Rocket League. It just happens. It's not the end of the world. It's nothing to worry about, but it's just something we got to close out in the future. So we finished this regional 7th, 8th. If you don't know how it works, top 4 from NA go to the major. So we got 2 more regionals to get inside that top 4 of NA. We just we gotta make a run. We gotta start beating these teams that we need to beat, and you know we gotta punch up a little bit. And I'm excited for it. You know, I do feel really confident. So this video will probably go live on the 23rd or the 24th. I'm not sure. We have this weekend off. So if this goes live on the 23rd, we have this weekend off. The weekend after, we have qualifiers, which will be streamed on my Twitch channel. And then the weekend after that will be the regional again. So we had a couple weeks. We had a little bit more prep time. It's just time to keep getting better individually, keep getting better as a team, and, you know, keep working on it. So, oh, this should have gone in. I had a bad shot. So, yeah, I appreciate all the supporters, all the haters. I understand. It's okay. And for all the fans, day by day we get better. So I appreciate you guys for supporting. Shout out Genji as always. Shout out my team, and yeah, we're gonna get after it. So I appreciate you guys hanging out, listening to me yap for 15 minutes about the Regi. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you guys as always. Much love. Peace out.